All right, let me know if you can hear that. My mic has gone from, I'm gonna fix all this, from all the scenes. So I'll have to fix some of that. So I'll go ahead and pull this up. So we're doing this ship today. Welcome, by the way. I hope you're having a good weekend. The last thing we did, hello Mayo, hello Johnny, thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. We did some work on Horizon Zero Dawn advent calendar, and I thought we'd got a pretty good couple things to start. Some of these, I might just run through some of the smaller ones later, and then we can do, so we got the tall neck and a watcher, and we got a good bit into a Thunderjaw. Some of the smaller scenes I might crank out, maybe we'll do that Thursday. I'm already envisioning things like a bonfire and a statue that you can collect, so we'll get to those. But today I'm going to open up, we're going to do a ship from the show Skeleton Crew. Hello Sunita, how are you? Thanks for being here. We're going to do Skeleton Crew ship, the Onyx Cinder. And honestly, if you haven't seen the show, it's a really good show. But the ship itself looks a lot like the ship from, so I can find it. It's called The. Looks a lot like the ship from, well, maybe not enough. All right, so this is the ship from Star Wars Outlaws. And it's very similar. So if you were to look at, let's pull up Star Wars, the Trailblazer. It's just kind of a box with engines on the sides, right? And if you looked up Onyx Cinder, it's a box with engines on the sides. And there's already people doing Lego of it because there's a Lego set for this. And it comes with some good figures if you want Wim and Neil and KB, and I forget the other girl's name. And then I think it looks like it comes with, that's it. So it comes with the kids, and it comes with, well, it's all 4 kids? Yeah, and then Jom, the pirate Jedi person. But you can see it's a box with thrusters. One of the cooler aspects, though, is it's got like turrets on the top. The inside of the ship's very practical, and the show itself is just doing a really great job. So I'm trying not to look at the Lego set though to get an idea. So I have Disney Plus pulled up, and I'm just gonna kind of see. So when I say minus Lego, it's showing me all the Lego. So here's a kind of a good shot of it. It's hard to see because there's another ship right behind it that's kind of occluding it. But there haven't been a whole lot of. It's a pretty good shot. Yeah, that's a real good shot actually. It's from the back, so we'll need something for the cockpit in the front. But yeah. So I thought the original idea was I would just redo this and just add different engines and stuff on it, but it's got some pirate striping on it. If you look right here, it's got a couple stripes on it that kind of indicate to me at one point it was a pirate ship, which I think makes sense. It's just an older ship too. Good morning, Frankie. Hello, RJ Carlos. How are you? Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it so much. I'm gonna try to rebuild this in looks like Starfield. Tried to rebuild it. So yeah, I think I'll just start fresh. We'll just do a new, and we'll just start. I also want to do with, we're gonna make Wim. We're gonna make the main. I say he's the main character, but only because he's the one who we kind of run into first. So we'll start off with him. Pull up a picture of Wim. He's the Sean Astin character, right? That's a great shot. That's exactly what I need. So I'm gonna give him short legs. We'll start with legs. And Studio, I don't know if they've got bendable short legs. They do. Okay, cool. He doesn't have anything special on his legs, so we'll just color these dark gray. And then he's got like a blue shirt with a beige jacket. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that or not, but we'll see if we can do that. Torso jacket. Torso jacket. Oh, we gotta turn on printing. So hello, people I haven't talked to yet. Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions about anything I'm doing or about what I do generally, feel free to ask. Or if you've got questions about Studio, or if you want to let me know what your favorite Lego sets are, or talk about Skeleton Crew. I'm big on Horizon Zero Dawn and Star Wars currently, so yeah. So that's a pretty good look. His undershirt is teal turquoise. See if we can find something like that. If not, we'll just make it up. That's pretty cool. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday to you. That's pretty cool because it got pockets. And I can kind of color this. Okay, so this is where we turn off the filter. I can get any color I want. And color it tan. That looks pretty good. I think I'm going to go with that. It's not exact, but it's going to be pretty close. And we're going to do right arm. None of these kids have gloves or anything, so we're just going to throw some arms on here. And left arm. How's everybody's weekend going? Guys got any plans? I know Mayo is probably gearing up for the NFL games today. We had a good time last night. Well, I did. Beth went with, and she had an okay time. The Austin FC supporter group that I'm in went to a hockey game. As a group, the soccer supporter group went to a hockey game, which I like both soccer and hockey. So to have that group be like, hey, we're going to go to a hockey game, I'm like, do tell. You piqued my interest. So I threw in my Avs jersey and went into a Texas Stars game. The farm team for the Dallas Stars is here in Austin, the Texas Stars. And it was a lot of fun. They didn't win, but it was good being surrounded by people we knew and cheering and whatnot. Beth left after the second period. It's too much noise, too many people stressing her out. So she's like, I'm out. All right, so we're gonna do head smirk. So we can get a kid-like head. And again, studio heads are a bit limited. Perfect. So I'm just kind of going with what they've got. So we're gonna do a medium brown for Wim, and then we're gonna do hair. He's got a lot of hair, but it's bushy. I'm gonna see if we can find anything. I don't want anything with prints on it. That's not that much. Curly. That's actually not too far off. Nope, not his face. Racist. Come on, man. What a racist piece of software. There we go. That's Wim. Let's see what the Lego set looks like real quick. See what their figure looks like. Onyx Cinder. Hi, baby. What do you need? What's up? Are you trapped? Sometimes I feel like the dogs get into the Lego room and they don't know how to get out. They're like, I've made it this far and I can't turn around and I can't walk backwards because I'm a dog. So his hair is a little, yeah, and see, they're all small, and these three have the bendable legs, and Neil doesn't have the bendable legs because Neil's the shortest. I really like her top. That's a great jacket, the bomber jacket she's got on. I'm excited for KB's print, and that hair is really great. So this is a set I may end up getting because A, I like the show. B, the figures are really cool, and I'm hoping that the ship itself is a little more developed. I mean, that's a pretty cool looking interior. Stuff for things to come out. My thing about ships generally, and I'm not going to be able to tell until I finish, is when you flip it over. This ship reminds me of a lot of the what is it? Knights of Ren ship. The Night Buzzard or something? Yeah. So, very similar to the Night Buzzard. So, kind of... what I'm worried about, the absolute Night Buzzard... The Night Buzzard was absolutely not finished underneath. Like, you'd turn it over and all you see is this, like, Technic gantry underneath, holding it all together. It was really bad. So my hope is that for $140, they finish the bottom of this out a little bit. And it looks like they kind of do. There's like some landing struts here, and there's places to get into the cargo bay and stuff. So I'm a little excited about that. The Knights who say, nee. All right, cool. So we got Wim. wondering if that hair is better. Let's see if this hair is a little better. That's too much hair. And I don't want to type afro because that's not right. I think this is good for now. His is a little more piled in the figure, but I think this works. How you doing, Zissou? All right, so figure done. This is also a figure that can sit, so we don't have to worry about putting him in a standing position in the ship. And usually I try to give him an accessory, but I'm not really sure what accessory to give him. He's got a little data pad that he really likes, that he reads his Jedi stories on, so I'm gonna give him that. See if we can find a printed 2x4 tile or 2x2 tile that's got something fun looking on it, like a data pad thing for now. Just for funsies. That's a pretty cool one. All right, man. Your mic could still use a boost. Okay. I can turn it up a little bit. Let me know if that's any better. Yeah, because I disconnected it earlier. Or I lost it off of the source, so I don't know what happened. I just turned it up on... Hello? Oh, you know what? Okay, that's probably better. Now the mic is actually working. I think. And also now the desktop audio is probably working. All this was turned off. The heck, Prism? So it's been coming in from the web mic this whole time. All right, so... Yeah, it was the camera mic. I think this guy, the mic from that. I don't think that one has it. This one does, but this one's not on. Oh my goodness. Oh my good gracious. I'm also turning on desktop audio, so you guys should hear music better now. So now, how does this microphone sound? You should be hearing it out of this. Out of this guy. Out of this guy. Oh. So that's coming through that now. I don't want that. The music is really good. Can you hear the mic? Auxiliary device. Media source. Yeah. Turd Sandstorm next, please. All right, so the mic is on. Oh, wait. I think I can turn those on and off. Why is there no volume on that? Oh, that's media source. Okay. Never mind. I may have to play with this a little. I don't want to overdo, because then I can hear myself out of the speakers. Yeah, so let me turn the desktop off, because now, yeah, all I can hear out of my speakers is me. Weird. I swear this was working. Maybe there's a different microphone. I'm going to delete this real quick. Hang on. Okay, so this has been recaptured. Hi, Greg. Echo is because of the mic being monitored and played back. Well, yeah, but even with that off, like it's off right now. Audio input capture. I'm gonna turn that off and turn that on. And if I speak loud enough, it still comes out over the speakers, and I don't want that. Well, poop. Let's look it up real quick. Prism mic name or speakers. What's up, Cliff? I don't want to watch a video. Let's add a recorder. Speakers, input, microphone. Let's see, input volume. Oh, I probably need to mute. Here's the thing, is I need to mute the camera. One of these is still recording. Okay, yeah, I hit the mute button. I'm trying to get rid of the echo, and I don't think I had the echo before, but I reinstalled. Okay, so what happened is I did a Windows update. I bet you it changed all my sound options. So now I gotta go back in here. Fix a bunch of stuff. Speakers, recording. I'm gonna mute that. Can I mute it? Fun stuff, right? It's slightly different than usual, but more than adequate. That sounds like me. Slightly different than usual, but more than adequate. So yeah, I'm peeing out of my speakers, and I don't want that. Desktop audio, I can turn that off. Well, that's already off. Audio input capture, that's different. All right, well, I'll just leave it for now. Figure it out later, because this isn't an audio stream. This is a Lego, ostensibly Lego thing. So anyway, so I'll play with it later. I was gonna put something in Wim's hand here to indicate maybe that's a good one. That he likes stories about Jedi and stuff. Little digital display or something. No, that's a map of our Earth. That wouldn't go over very well. It's a poster for Spider-Man. Lego stuff, right? Ooh, now I can hear myself too. Dang it, Windows. That's really gonna bother me. I'm gonna get rid of that. Just get rid of that. Capture, same thing. One of these has delete. Yeah, I don't think it's a Prism issue. I think it's a Microsoft issue. Well, now I don't know which one it is. Yeah, I think I have an idea of what's happening. How about now? Is it okay now? Yeah, I can't hear myself now. It also says everything's turned off. So I'm going to sit here for a second, wait for the chat to chime in, because I think I have an idea of what happened. All right, so this says, but this says on or off. What is that? Turn on for monitoring. Turn on monitoring. It's always on, but monitoring, that's what Johnny meant earlier. All right, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it back in design and get rid of this. The monitoring is what the on and off switch is. So that should be better now. Cool. I don't know what happened. All right. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Super professional here. I do this 8 hours a day. There's another one. 7 days a week. It's a computer. I like this one. We're going to do a dark gray. And we're going to rotate it. And we're going to wedge it into his little hands. Since these don't clip into his hands very well, you have to trick it. There we go. He loves his stories. Keeps you on your toes. I finally got the Christmas lights up. I had to go back into OBS and figure out where I got them. Turns out it's not an overlay. It's not a piece of software for the streaming software. It's just linking to a web browser that's got that as a GIF at the top of it. So that's all that is. All right, now that I've got the figure, we're gonna do save as. And this is the Onyx Cinder. All right, so some things about the ship. I'm trying not to look at the Lego set. I'm trying to base it off the actual show. It has 6 engines. The back 2 are on what look like wing struts. They all rotate. So the wings themselves rotate in the back, and I don't know where they rotate, and then the front ones rotate as well. It's got these 2 turrets on it that the kids pop into. I've got a better look. Scrub through here to see if I can. There's some good shots of the ship in here, but it's not taking off or landing. The next episode's got some good. I'm gonna make sure to mute this. So that's a pretty good look. That's where I got the thumbnail. What's up? I figured it out, Johnny. I realized what you meant, and I don't know if you said it or if Zissou said it. But the toggle on each of the audio mixer bits is for monitoring, so you can hear what's going on. And I had that turned on, thinking that was the turn this on to be activated. All good. I don't need to hear it. I need you guys to hear it. So I'm trying to see if this has them taking off, or is it's just the... Yeah, so you can kind of see... Alright, so the wings actually do rotate. Alright, cool. As long as you figured it out. I had to dumb it through on my own. Because, well, the only reason I found it is I went to a different scene that had it set up right, and Cliff goes, "No, that sounds better." And I look, and those 2 things are off. And I'm like, what? And then I just hovered over the switch, and it says toggle for monitoring, and I went, so we know that there's some characteristics to this ship in that it's got a front loading bay, it's got a back cargo bay, it has lots of turrets on it. Like it's got 2 side turrets, 2 top turrets. I think it's got some guns in the front. This is a heavily armed ship. It also has some striping on the side of it, so maybe a pirate ship, but it's old. I think it's Republic, like Old Republic old, or at least pre-Clone Wars old. the robot SM33. I've never seen his type before. I don't know what type that is. The canopy or the front end of it looks just kind of, I don't see, it's just a slit right here, right? All right, so it's just kind of a wedge shape with some stuff on it. So let's get him in here. So let's release those legs. He can sit. And I might have to get rid of this thing or have him hold it way up. Or let's give him a 1x2. Hello, Sedito. Welcome back. So I like that because he's looking at stuff, but I think it's too big. So let's in the Lego set he's got a radio. Let's give him a walkie-talkie. All right, now we're gonna turn all our filters back on and get to building. So we're just gonna plop him in dead center. His legs are real weird, sitting like that. Start with just a 2x8 plate. Just to get him on something. Yes, the show is fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. Can't wait for tomorrow night. Or tonight, actually. Right? Is it Sunday? Is it Sunday or Tuesday? I've got a bunch of new shows that I'm watching. Dune, Silo. Or the Silo has... Yeah. Dune, Silo, Skeleton Crew. Also watching... Paradigm, if you haven't seen, is it Paradigm? Pantheon. Oh, you got the set? Is it a good build? Let me ask you about the build. How's the bottom of the ship? Is it built out? Is it at least not a skeleton? It's like a double convex. Oh, this isn't it's a 2x4 wedge. So I'm gonna do this as the front of the ship. And then I think I could get away with doing... Actually, these guys. That. But not. Maybe something else. We'll see. So put him there. Actually, I think I want to try to do this. Alright, we're going to be weird and try to do this 3 wide. So we're going to do a 1x8 plate. Make this a 3 wide ship. The bottom's built out okay. That's one of the things I hate the most about Star Wars ships is they are not built out their bottoms have classically just been these flat nothing things. Alright, so that's the trick for sitting on a 3 wide. 2 jumper plates. And I'll put a tile in there just to flatten out that area. So I want slope, 2x2 slope. Because I want to, on the front here, do this thing up here, this thing here, and then 1x2 slopes. Yeah, it's a really good show in that it has like a lot of childhood charm. It also feels like these can be they really nailed that sort of 80s kid exploration type movie. And I have to figure out how to put a little thruster in here that rotates. So that's going to be a bracket. Yeah, this will be a set that I want to get. I think there's a kind of a limited number of sets that I want to start getting again this year. This may be one of them. I don't think I want the new Arc 170 because I think I had one before. No reason to get it, really. Although if I don't have a Kit Fisto, I don't know if I actually got it. I still want a C-3PO, honestly, because I think it goes well with the smaller of the two R2 figures. So I want that one. The Venator is going to have to be pushed off a little bit, I think, so I can save up a little bit. Trying to think of other ones, like Star Wars related, that I want. I can't think of any right now. So these are going to be... Try not to make these too big of an engines, but... because the back ones will have to be pretty big. And that's the other problem, is these don't come in this color. These come in like these two colors and that's it. And to rotate them, you just kind of have to it's not a hubcap, is it? It's a, what are those called? Wheel cover? These pieces. I've got a bunch of these for the Razorback initially.
I'm talking about the funk.
And they come in, I think these can just go on like this. I'll have to double check. I think they at least could go on like that. But I don't know. These come in flat silver. Oh, no they don't. Oh yeah, they do. And then it looks like it slightly tapers off in the back, so we'll do kind of wanted to do a truncated cone, but I don't know how to make this connect without flipping this. We'll flip that, and then I don't know if a half pin will go in here. Technic, half. Okay. Technic. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't think that fits in there. Let's see. Wheel. I usually like trying to do some wheel incorporated stuff, but it always becomes a pain in the butt to try to figure out how to connect them, and also they're generally a lot bigger than, like, this would be perfect for the way that engine intake looks. This would be perfect. Again, only comes in light blue gray. That's a little smaller. This is always the problem I have with Star Wars ships, in that they've got these little bitty connection points for these massive engines. And there's like no way to attach them. That's actually a better size. So you have to be like super creative about how to attach them. And this has to rotate. I don't really need to animate or manipulate much on this ship, but I think one of the biggest characteristics is that it rotates. The engines rotate. So we'll have to figure out some way to attach an engine that's larger and have it rotate. So I have another idea that involves cylinder. Yes, Sunita, welcome back. I didn't feel like you were gone all that long. So welcome back. So maybe not that piece, but plate bar. And then this will connect to... You're from Germany, cool. Now make it shoot things. I'll put a turret on it, so there's going to be binoculars on this. They're just going to sit here like this. This is one of those ships where it's like got an odd... They're like off to the sides and stuff, so I'm just going to throw some binoculars up there and be done with it. I don't speak German. I have several friends, including my oldest child, who are learning German. I wish I knew more so I could talk to you about stuff. Alright, so the other option to make them attach and rotate is to combine it with this thing, like a half cylinder, so from the outside you can kind of get the idea that it's attached, and then put like a you have a YouTube channel too? Cool. Something like this, and then, or the other way. Let's flip that around. And move it this way a little bit. What do you do on your YouTube channel? It's called Axe S5. So we'll do that, and then on the front we'll figure out how to attach. So this thing can attach to clips. It can also attach to Technic bricks, which might be the easiest way to do it, except this makes it a little square. We take this and move it over here. Now this has a bit of a square thing on it, so we want to make sure we don't run into that square, that guy right there. It's a little stopper. We'll get as close as we can. And then we'll put a, actually do that and do, nope, do this. That's actually not too bad. I'm okay with that. It's a simple, solution. I don't think this can be anything but that, but then we can color these that color and it looks okay. I don't think these wheels can attach very well. I'll have to figure out the hub capping. But at this size, I'm not too concerned about it. Like, I've got options on these wheel covers. The problem is they really only attach to like a stud right there. So unless I have a stud in here, which means figuring out how to flip these, but so that's an option. I'll keep those open, but I like this construction, so we'll just repeat this over here. Get rid of that. Plus, this is a little more stable. I can cover this down here and it'll stay on better. You want to make sure to make everything look good, but also so it doesn't fall apart. Can I watch your YouTube channel? Sure. Not now, but maybe after this, I'll go by. What's up, Walter? Anyone say Microfighters? Good afternoon, boa tarde. I want you to know my Portuguese studies are going apace. I do 5 minutes or so a night, but over the last very many lessons, all I really know how to say, and I don't know how to say it right now, is I have a car. I am a man. I have a car and a house. I can say water and apple. It's weird if you've never spoke Portuguese, and I know Walter can't really attest to this because all he speaks is Portuguese and English, and I don't know, French, a little French. But to an English-speaking ear, Portuguese sounds like Spanish spoken by a Russian person, right? It's the same words, but it's got like this guttural harshness to it, right? It's very interesting. And the guy on Duolingo who's doing like, there's like characters in Duolingo, so it's like, it's a bunch of people and the bear, right? I think it's the bear that's doing it. He's got he sounds like Harvey Firestein, so all I get is this, kind of thing. And it's like, ugh. And I'm like, what is that word even, Amen. Yeah, so I do a lot of French, and then or I'll start off with some Portuguese and then go back into French, or I'll do a bunch of French and then dabble in Portuguese a little bit. So I'm trying to get, I don't want to confuse my brain too much. I'm rewiring it as it is. But I do want to keep up with it. All right, so we got our 2 engines. Now I need to cover this side. So we'll do, now that I have the 5 pieces, let's do a 1x4. Plate. No. Yeah, I can't imagine that. Like, I can't imagine living in another country and being like, sorry, I'm just too good to learn your language. That just seems wrong to me. I don't want to do that necessarily. Let's do this. And then we'll just throw up some cheese wedges. You built a mini Onyx Cinder. That's cool. Yeah, but it's going. It's at least a break from the Mandarin, which the Mandarin is having me draw all the kanji, all the, is that the right word for it? I know it is in Japanese. I don't know what it is in Chinese, but all the symbols, all the word symbols. It's like having me hand trace them all to learn how to write it. And so far I've learned 2 words and how to draw both of them. And now I don't remember any of them because I don't have to do this every day. So you learn it and then it goes away, and then you learn it and then it goes away. So hopefully the repetition gets over it. I feel like, especially Portugal, and I feel like some places in maybe Scandinavia too, and some European countries. France, maybe not so much. German, maybe. We've got a German person here. Sanita, you can tell us how you feel about that. If an English-speaking person or a non-German or a non-Portuguese-speaking person approaches you and is like, they try to speak your language but are doing very poorly with it, what is your initial reaction to that? Is it, oh, that's great, I'm going, I think the initial response is, oh, I speak English, right? But if they're making the attempt, that might mean that they know enough to talk to you a little bit. And maybe they want to talk to you, right? Maybe they want to say hello and everything. Can't really see the side here, but that's pretty good. It does look like it's got these 2 turrets, top and bottom here on the side. So it's striped and then nothing really, which is good. And then the engine in the back. So it's kind of a boring little, we're gonna make sure to put something up here. Probably just more of these. Has anyone seen Missy? She was at our Christmas party. And she was at she was on my stream Thursday. Somebody text me or something? Because I feel like, going back to the language thing, I feel like the stereotype is in France that if you try to speak French, they just start speaking English to you. But if you just start by speaking English, they'll just keep speaking French to you and won't even, like, there's a rudeness quality to it. But then when I speak to actual French people, they're like, no, we would love it. Like the distinction is different. We would love it if you spoke French to us, Okay, so I'm keeping this 3 wide. Yeah, and everywhere across the world, you're learning your language, but also we're learning English. And it's like, but that means in England, Australia, America, Canada, other English-speaking countries, British-speaking, American-speaking, Australian-speaking, Canadian-speaking. We're not learning a second language. And if we do, it's an elective. It's let's see, I want to do just a regular, I think, here. So it's not like these are the things you have to learn. It's like, now you get to learn, what is the thing that you want to learn? And it's like, well, I'd like to learn French. And it's like, Yeah, Skeleton Crew's great. Portuguese, English, Spanish, French, German. This guy in here. This guy and a binocular. That's one turret. And there's gonna be another one down here. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I hope your weekend's going well. Just put that down there like that. Otherwise it's too big. Yeah. Don't know that I like that too much, but I don't know what else to do with it. They're the same things on both sides. Do you want instructions? I'll give you instructions. No. As soon as I get some instructions for it, I will put them up on Rebrickable. Look at this new sexy piece. They've got one out now that's like all 4 of these are open, I think. But this will serve my purposes greatly by putting that in there. And then I'm just going to do this on both sides that have 2 of them. No reason to distinguish, because I'm going to put a bar in here. I can put turrets and have those plates, round plate, hollow, not hollow. So it might be a while till I get instructions for this one, just because I've got hundreds of others to also do. So I know that works. Let's make these fit first. And then I'll put this guy in here. Then I can turn this over like that. And then you had said something earlier, Mayo. I'm binging her old city updates along with 8 other city builders. Oh, she's doing videos too? I didn't know that. I'll have to go back and watch. And you have all your white pieces that you need. Cool. I learned Greek and Indonesian in elementary school. Can remember less than 1% of it. Fair. Plus, I think being in Australia, I think Indonesian might be a little more useful. I don't know if you've got an influx of, you know, at least it's a close area. Greek would be like, that's weird. Yeah, and that's a lot of microfighters. Watch someone from Portugal react to income and cost of living in the US makes me think I should. Yeah, there was a lady, Zissou, I don't know if we watched the same one, but it's this lady who was talking about, she worked at, she was a banker or something, or a hedge fund manager, I forget what it was, but she was one of these that worked like 80 hours a week or something, and was always on, was always going, right? 7 days a week, 6-7 days a week. Was always worried about work, was always worried about making the money and moving up and making sure that, you know, you kind of are always on the front of that bubble of like doing something, right? And she's like, she visited Portugal and made some friends there, and then like when it was, she ended up moving abroad because she lost her job and was moving somewhere else, and so she ended up in Portugal. I think that's how the story went out. But she was having lunch with people, and it'd be like a 2.5, 3 hour lunch, and then they'd go rest, and then they'd finish some of their work, and then they'd get together again for dinner, and it would go into the like the wee hours kind of things. Like it's like everything moves a little slower than what she was used to, right? So it wasn't always like you got to get the thing done. So she's like, and it took me a really long time to kind of wrap my head around it. That's too big. I need something that goes right there that's can hold a bar. Yeah, when white trash Aussies go to Bali, they might want to know a few Indonesian words. I like that everywhere there's white people, there's also white trash people. That's always good to know. So binoculars are great. I'm trying to think of something that can sit on top of that bar. Anything with a clip that would look good. Depends on the jobs. People on Portugal work hard, but there's some works that you control your time. Fair enough. Nothing really with a clip is jumping out. Your axe is flying the Onyx Cinder. Cool. Someday I can travel and check out other places. Yeah. Zisu, I get you. Trying to think of a fun piece to put here. Let's look up utensil. Just see if something jumps out. There it is. Done. It's all done. We're good. Everybody can relax. I'm gonna save it as is, and I'm done with streaming. We've got a balloon animal. That's all I need. So I'm gonna keep these in here because oh. Nah, that wouldn't work as well. Okay. Oh, and this I had the idea the other day. This would be great for what colors can we do this in? Tan? That may be not as good. I'm gonna take a slight detour. The tail of the Thunderjaw. I'm glad it comes in tan. That's not actually a bad color. Do that. Something like that. Way out here. I don't get too carried away, but I'm going to put this on here just so I remember. But this would be a better piece, but it only comes in like floral colors. It does me no good. I need something in yellow, but nope. Save. Save. For clarity, white trash go to Bali on vacation because they're too poor to travel at any other country. Really cheap flights there. Man, white trash here go on vacation by driving for 4 hours, and sometimes you don't even get out of your state. Which makes it sound like I'm white trash, because that's all we do. So these would be ideal. I always like using these as turrets, but I think they're too big, and you need a clip to attach it. So you need this. To attach it, which can be done up here. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. There's a 2 bar ring. The 2 thing shaft now. That could probably go right there. That way, you can do this. Boom. That doesn't clear the fuselage, so I can put another one up here. And then And this will look a little better once we get inverted slope down here. Oh, these all have to be in colors. So that's going to be that color. White. Okay. And then, looky, this is a thing that exists. Hopefully, bam. So yeah, that's what it's looking like so far. Not bad. Bye, Mayo. Take care. Have fun building. Axe is your main character. That's cool. All right, so very happy with this. That's not too terrible. I wish there were round things with clips, but that's okay. Oh, I should see what pieces this can come in, what color those can come in. Let's do black. No, let's do light gray. Probably better. And over here, yeah, we just got a inverted. I'm gonna need to fill out the back end here, but we'll put this here for now. Then copy and mirror. Your birthday is on January 10th. Okay, good to know. Just to give this a little greebling, I'm going to use one of these pieces. Actually, for up here, I'm going to ooh, you know what? I think these attach okay up top, so they don't need each other to attach. Oh, that looks cool. That's some nice greebling there. That may not work. This may have to be replaced with two 1x2 plates, but in the interim, like that. Save. All right, so then these engines are going to be replicated back here. Maybe not with this, because they're going to be sitting on top of a wing. So we're going to get two of these on either side. And at this point, since they don't need to rotate, I can get, what did I do? I can get rid of the brick. And I can put in a snot brick maybe. So it's here. What is this wing shape? Don't really have a top view. Oh, this is a pretty good view here. Oh, that's so small. Okay, that's better. It's just a regular wing shape. Oh, it looks like those turrets are way farther forward, like in the stripe area, and this is a what? That's not how it looked. Oh, there's just another turret over here. Okay, I was like, what? The what? Yeah, and then there's a radar dish back here. So somewhere along here, I need to put a little radar dish of some kind. So it's just a wing shape, so we can get a wedge plate to start. Yeah, I didn't think it was out yet. Is it? Maybe it is. I mean, that would make sense. Since the show's out, they want to get it out ahead of the show. Yeah, you can get it. Oh, and it's back ordered now. I can't even get it from Lego.com if I wanted to. Dang it. Where am I going to have to get it now? Amazon? Star Wars. Best Buy. I have a Best Buy card. Get it at Walmart. This sucks though because this is a lot of insider points that I could get. I'll wait for the first of the year anyway to see if I can still get it. Oh, hang on. Don't need to look at it now. So it looks like these also rotate within the wing too. Oh, you know what we didn't put on the end over here? We need a little round tile. In hot orange. What mod can A do to the Onyx Cinder? How can you mod it? So it feels like it's a heavily modifiable. I mean, it doesn't feel like a Corellian design. I don't know if we have any details about its manufacture. I mean, it's off-boarded round engines kind of thing. Feels a little Corellian, but I would hazard a guess that it's not. So this back end thing could be mounted with so if I were a ship designer, the engines rotate because you don't have a repulsor lift. So this is an old ship that doesn't probably have the same repulsor lift technology, because most ships will just use repulsors to take off to a certain level and then have their thrusters kick in and take them forward. So if this ship has these engines that VTOL it, that means they don't have repulsors, or the repulsor lifts aren't strong enough, or it's got more power diverted to the myriad armaments on this ship. It looks like there's like 8 turrets or something on this. So this was definitely a pirate ship of some kind, pre-Clone Wars. So my guess is if you wanted to spend the money to adapt a repulsor lift technology in this, take out the front engines and just replace the whole back half with larger engines. My guess is it probably has an older hyperdrive. You mod the hyperdrive. You can mod the shields. You could take out that radar dish and do something. You could probably adjust any of the cargo bays to also, you know, take on more cargo or less cargo, depending on what you wanted to do with the ship. Yeah, so there's some things I feel like you could do to it. Alright, I think I want to put one more section here. No, that's it. That's all I want to do. Alright, so wedge plate. Not slope. Plate. Plate modified. Wedge Yeah, that's they change whatever they can, whatever money they can get a hold of is usually how they change. Is that going to be big enough? There's one size up. This may be too big for a Microfighter. Yeah, I think that's too big. So it has to sit about here because it has to rotate. So we have to figure out how to get it to rotate. I'm not going to worry about them swiveling on the wing itself. I'm only going to worry about the wing movement. I think that's too complicated because I'm going to put a mod brick in here. Gotta pick your battles. So this one goes down here. And then I'm gonna put a Technic brick in this one. And jumper plate. So there's your engines. Okay. And I think they're slightly farther out. Yeah, it looks like they're just slightly farther out in the back here. That's good. Now I need to figure out the rotational part of this without, like, this is a pretty weak connection, so I'm a little worried about that. So also because it's a pirate ship, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they always, every time we see a new ship in Star Wars, we're always like, who's the manufacturer? You know, the Star Wars ship nerds are a special class of Star Wars nerds. I'm among them, where I'm like, who's the manufacturer? You know, you want to see the genetic hereditary line of starship design, right? People were really upset to see certain scout walkers appear in certain ways because they're like, that's not really what would happen, you know. When we get to the sequel movies and X-Wings look exactly like X-Wings, but between Clone Wars and New Hope, right, they went from like ARC 170s to C95s to X-Wings, and you're like, well, but then what's after that? What's next, right? And they're like, slightly different intakes, and you're like, but it was 30 years, you know. Anyway, so we always like Star Wars, or ship nerds always like to see the genetic lines of ships and their manufacturers. So, but it could be that a ship could be cobbled together. Like, this could be the fuselage of one type of ship, and they just bought, you know, all 6 of these engines look similar, so they probably got a deal on some like old something or other engines, and you know, they got like a T6 component somewhere to do the wing swivel, and it's an older ship that they couldn't afford a repulsor lift, so they just threw on, you know, and they bought some old bell turrets kind of thing. So oh really? Was it Erend or Elend? I'm gonna go look. That one hasn't. Microfighting A-Falls. He was asking for it on here. Most relevant new posts. Huh. I feel like I'm the only one posting on here anymore. Oh, on Bantha. Okay. Bantha bricks. Until I'm working on it, I get a screenshot. Yeah, he's... you guys are going to have to fight because he's constantly like, I have the largest Microfighter fleet in Europe, right? And I think he's going for the world on top of it. But at the same time, he's, you know, it's like... I think there's maybe 4 or 5 people who are doing giant fleets of Microfighters. 2 of them are on this chat. Or 2 of them are in this stream. So it's me, you, and him. That Keong Lee, I don't think he builds any of them. I think he just designs them. So you having a lot of them built, me having a lot of them built, Emil having a lot of them built, I think we're like the game in town for Microfighters. In terms of having them actually constructed. Still. What do you guys see when I do that? So I was trying to hit escape. I want to be on there. And go back to this. But I hit the all windows minimize. So now it's all minimized. Do you guys see anything? You see a blank screen? What happens when I do that? Yeah, and that'll raise your fleet up enough. You get the Jedi Interceptors, and there's 8 different colors of that. You get the Y-wings, and you build all the different colors of Y-wings. Do you see the desktop? Really? Okay. Weird. I don't like it because like my prism thing goes away, the browser goes away, the whatever goes away. Okay, so if I were to do this and then copy and mirror, move this over here. How many pieces are we at right now? 83. Not bad. Not too bad. Don't want to get over 100. 80 is a good number to kind of I almost feel like, oh, you know what I didn't do up front here? This needs to have a loading ramp. This has got a loading ramp on the front of it. And in the back there's a there's also a loading thing. Although I'm not, you know what? I'm not terribly worried about it. Let's just do this. And then in here, I'm going to do a brick. So in the middle here, I might fill this in with don't know if I'm going to put anything on the bottom, but I kind of want to hold all these slopes together, so we'll see. All right, so I need this to be rotational. Man, I wish these came in a different color. I think black works for this model. It's okay to have some light gray in it, but I worry the light gray is too similar to the white. And the top is all... Let's worry about the rotation. Okay, so I have a brick in here. I can have a space in here I can use for something. can attach here. This can be real. I want the rotation to be along that center line, right? And hopefully that's the same height as this when it's done. Yeah, I think in terms of, I agree that it's a little of a cheat to kind of just change the colors, because then you can get, hey, look at this, I've got 5 new Microfighters, and it's like, but they're all the same build. And it's like, I get that, but I'm also a big proponent of when people say, how do you start in doing mocks? How do you build your own stuff? It's like, I can't get past the idea of just building from the instructions. I want to build my own thing, but I don't know how to start. And I usually say, well, take something that you really like and just get extra pieces and change the color of it. Like if you don't like the way the house looks, or if you want to just change the way the house looks, change up the bricks that make the house. You know, if you got a different colored masonry brick, or if you got a different color highlight, sometimes it's a masonry brick plus some of those white corners, change that to like sand green corners. If you don't like the way the garden porch looks, change the railing of the garden porch. Do simple builds like that first, then you get more comfortable changing the thing. And I always say the easiest thing to do is take an X-Wing and turn it into a different colored X-Wing. You know, take a white X-Wing with red highlights and turn it into a white X-Wing with blue highlights. And then you've got Blue Squadron. Or take it and put yellow highlights on it. And now you've Gold Squadron. Things like that. Yeah, and I always try, if I'm doing that, if I change the color, I'm also changing how it's built a little bit, because there's going to be times when a colored tile, like there's a wedge plate that comes in a certain color that works really well. That doesn't come in that same color if you change the color scheme, right? There's no dark red if you want to change it to like an Ahsoka color. Or a Plo Koon or whatever. So maybe you put a different kind of wedge plate and then you cover it with tiles, you know, so there's going to be slight differences when you build slightly differently. Y-Wings were a good example of that, because if you wanted that yellow Republic Y-Wing with the white highlights, there's only so many pieces that were certain slopes. So you wanted to turn it into a dark red one or a blue and white one. Some of those pieces don't exist, so you have to kind of futz with it a little bit. Yeah, and you can make uglies, you can make tie wings, you can turn an X-Wing into a Z95 Headhunter pretty easily. You can take a TIE Interceptor and turn it into a TIE Avenger. You know, there's a lot of ways to like easily modify starships. I don't think the entry point for mocking is Star Wars usually, because people who are, I think, building Star Wars stuff probably also mock stuff, because there's so many things that you can build from Star Wars that Lego doesn't do. It's easy to kind of look at a thing and go, I want to build that out of Lego, versus I want to build a new dragon, or I want to build another fantasy castle that's on a hill that's got this path that's got a certain number of trees. Like, the idea of creating those kinds of things is probably a little harder. Are these cones not available in that color? No, I thought they were. Oh no, I thought they were available in that. That kind of screws up everything. And these being that color? So what's going to happen now is we want a 2x2 jumper. Nope. Round tile. even the same distance. Cool. Doubling this part count though, I'm not really happy about that. Sunita, I will watch your YouTube channel when I'm done with doing my stream. I think we've talked about this. This also feels a little big. Like, I don't know, maybe, does it feel like a good size? It still feels like Microfighter size. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm doing a thing. I almost want to have these. I can't tell if this is exactly, this may be closer in which case. Uh-oh, is Sunita a bot? Are they trying to drum up stuff to their channel that has nothing on it? Wedge. Wait. There's smaller ones, but I don't know. Let's take this over here and replace. Well, let's just replace this. Now, because then I've got nothing to attach it to. You might have multiple ones, but it's all the same type or kind. Making additional the same only increases quantity, but not unique type. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you're a numbers person, it's still, look at my fleet. Technically, too, you could have a squadron of X-Wings, and you've got 50 X-Wings. It's kind of an army building mentality. Like, look at all these clone troopers I've got. It's like, you're basically just showing me you have a large bank account. I could buy a ton of puppies, too, and I look at my army of puppies. That doesn't mean you've done anything creative. You've just bought stuff. I will also put this brick. That's not going to turn at all. Neither of these is going to turn. Maybe. I'm going to switch this up. To be yeah, he always is like just trying to build so he can be the biggest builder of those things, and to each his own. I don't care if that's what you want to do. So I'm gonna do this. Doesn't really make sense to have that in there, but fit otherwise. Can then still higher up? Yeah. I think we all agree, Johnny. I think we all agree with you. That's like saying I have the most minifigures and they're all different. Or I have a bunch of clone troopers because I bought, 100 battle packs. And now I've got 500 clone troopers. It's like, great, I feel like I have the most, although Ki-Young Lee I think has more designs than I do, but I think I may have the most unique things that I've designed that I've also built. Because I think Emil is building, I don't think he's designing a whole lot of things himself, and I think he's adapting a little bit to other people's designs. Ki-Young Lee is designing but not building. Walter's just building all mine and Emil's stuff, and he's running out of space, so I don't count him. He's gonna run out of space soon. I'm stuck on this, man. Thing is, he's always want everything done for him. Yeah, and he's been doing that for years. That's the one thing, like doing the Horizon stuff too, I've run into a lot. And it's different wherever you go. Facebook and Instagram seem to be pretty heavily like this. If I post on Discord or if I post on Blue Sky, it's less so. But on Facebook and Instagram, it seems to be very much as soon as you post something, like one of the first things people comment on is, do you have the instructions? Can I have the instructions? It's like, not, hey, that looks cool, or it's, you know, you could have done this, or, you know, there's no critique, there's no appreciation, there's no two-way. It's just, do you have the instructions? It's like, if I did, I would have posted them. You know, my first thing would have been like, here, go here, and for $1, you can have the instructions. Yeah, and Studio's free. Like, what kind of not computer do you have? You have a computer enough to tell people you don't have a computer, so everything's done on your phone, I would guess. But I mean, even like a low-end computer will run Studio enough to make a Microfighter. This is bothering me. See, this one I feel like I need a post sticking out of basically here. And that's not going to happen. So what do I need to do? There are neck pieces that have these on them. And I can put a Technic brick over here, but this isn't a really solid connection. No, you don't. You don't need a lot of power. But this is the kind of idea I want. Something like that. There's always this being held by tile and plate. And that hooks in there. That makes it a little big. Which makes me wonder if there's a... Yeah, and I don't always design. That's a good point, Walter. I don't always assume that every piece that I use is inexpensive. Is another problem that I have. I just realized that there may be a problem. I'm definitely going to have to put something under here, because there is nothing holding these two pieces together right here, except this one little jumper plate right there. So that is going to have to be figured out. Oh, you know what? I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to do that like that. They made this piece. I just realized that. I was so smart. That's better. That'll hold together much better. And it's 2 fewer pieces. Oh, such an idiot. I've got 1,000,000 of those pieces too. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not always looking for the most inexpensive pieces, especially at this size. It's I always feel like it's not that big a deal to spend a little. Oh, I could just rotate it back a little bit. That's not a bad idea. So if they were all to go in here. And then right there would be a what? Is that 1x8? 2x8? If I did a 2x6, it would be short here. And then let's see what happens when I do that. How much this falls apart. I do a 1x6 here. And then a 2x6 here. This into here. Nope, it's too square, it won't rotate there. If I move it to here, then I might as well put that other plate back. I have to keep this whole area open for it to rotate, because it's square. Alright, so let's back this out. There are fishing reel plates that can hold those, right? There are clips that can hold those. These clips, oh, that might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I like this, because then I can cover it. That underneath, this in here. Bam. Seems a little weak, but I can put something over the top of it here to kind of cover it to keep it from coming out. And then I can shore it up underneath with other things. Okay, I'm okay with this for now. This may require a little building, but I think I'm all right for the time being. Welcome back, Sunita. You don't have to tell everybody when you're back. You can just start chatting. We haven't left. Copy and mirror this. It's right there. Now the trick is I'm going to rotate that. Does it catch everything? No, it does not. Oh yeah, it does. So let's see. If I rotate that 90 degrees, and then I rotate this 90 degrees, what does it look like? No, that's not what I want. Oh, it's just that. Okay. Rotate that 90 degrees. Does it land okay? Yes. Great. Great, great, great. Turret clearance. I'm probably going to end up putting stuff under here to hold it together, but I like that. Good, good, good. And again, with some shoring up under here, these two plates aren't going anywhere. Clips are enough to hold these guys in place. These two are enough to hold that in place. I think that's a good solution. I don't like ship designs that have its thrust blasting into a thing that's holding the other thrusters up. That's always... Every time I'm looking at a ship design, I'm like, you guys know what you're doing with that, right? You're putting your own jet wash. You've got like thrust... You got thrust disturbing lift. Not like there's any wing lift in any of this, but you must text Axe S5 episode 1. I must text it? I'm not texting nothing. I'm also, because I don't have any tiles in here, I'm gonna replace those with ingots. I think they'll have the same hold power, and then because these are black up there, I'm going to use black here. I'm going to reduce the number of parts being used. These are black. I don't have these pieces anywhere, so what color can these be? What is the cheapest? Is black enough for me? These aren't being seen by anything, so what is the cheapest? Dark purple. I don't believe it, but whatever. Yellow. So this is a good indication of these pieces aren't being seen by anything. You get whatever pieces you want. You're not good. Your English is not good? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to make fun of you for your comment. Must be taping Axe Season 5, Episode 1. Okay. Oh. Walter is on a purge. Alright, so then the back half of the ship is just going to be more slopes, but I think I'm going to do them more gradually. I don't think I'm going to do... and I think I'm going to do slope. Did you guys see this? This is so great. These non-grilled slopes. I'm so excited. So what I might do is this, since we've got that. These are new. Oh, it doesn't come in anything that I want. Or maybe I won't use that yet. Yeah, I don't... They just kept coming back going, wow, I'm back. Watch this. I'm not a bot. Like, okay. Okay, plate. So, my question is, will these open areas... Yes. Oh, that's smooth. And then what I'm going to do is it'll be a little cheeky bracket. Cheeky little monkey. Hey, what time is it? Oh, we got about 5 minutes. Almost done. Can you believe it? I think this is a few too many pieces, but 1x3 tile. Inverted. I don't know if this will affect the rotation. I think it will. 1x3 plate here in dark gray. That guy here. We'll see how much that affects it. I'm sure it will a little bit. And we'll put a round plate in here because I've got extra. Just to make it a little nicer to rotate in there. And then we'll put slope. Here. Okay, now make sure it all holds together. There's no so this I'm gonna put here. As well as here. Now that's gonna interfere with the turret. Yeah, everything's gonna interfere with these turrets, but I don't know how else to link these all together. Oh, yeah, I do. So dumb. I'm absolutely so dumb. I just did it right here. These can come in white. Yeah. So for the white ones, we'll put here. And then I'm going to put 1x3 plates in there. I'm more worried about this being held together than anything. Come on, get in there. Ta-da. Okay, cool. And now I can just put a brick in here or something. One by 3 brick. And 1x1 brick. I have 1x1 bricks around here somewhere. Nope, I took those out. Okay, cool. Save. And I think we're done for now, at least. Yeah, I think that works. I need to fill in this little area really quick. Let's do a grill. I know I said I was done, but I'm almost done. This is too big. I don't know what else to do. Get the rotation right, man. Okay. Yeah, that's too much. I want to put a little radar dish up here. the choice I have for it is a little too big. Maybe not. That's cute. So those can be gray. These can be gray. These can be gray. These can be gray. That can be gray. What is this? Make that black. Oh, front end here. Derp. 2x3 tile. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. My one brick. You can probably get rid of a lot of these little bits and do it however you want. Gotta give it the little thing that's the epitome of all microfighters, is that little bit right there. Alright, now I feel like it's done. 127 pieces, that's a lot actually. But I think it's a good size. I think all the pieces that are important are there, so. Oh, you do see in there a little bit. So maybe we make both of these brown. Because the inside of the ship is kind of a brown rusty thing. Same with that. There we go. That's better. Good deal. Okay. $1,000 for a new Death Star? I think that's going to be an issue for a lot of people. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. That's a third Death Star too, right? Axe is a Star Wars story series. I'll go check that out. Imagine that in Portugal, where more than 50% of the population doesn't receive that as a... Yeah. That's why Lego is a huge thing in the US, but maybe not everywhere else. So, I get it. All right. So that's where we got. I'm going to render this. Although... now that, check this out. So save, it's already saved. Live rendering. We can do this now. Because video card. Images, my designs, save. This is gonna be stupid quick. This will be like a minute. His eyebrows are blonde people eyebrows, but it can't be helped. Oh, I should have done... Let's change this because I want to start doing this with engines. Turn that off. I want to do the illumination colors. Glowing neon orange. now let's try it. Nope, I want to replace that one. Yes. First one from that series. What? The Death Star? That makes him look yellow. Is Luminous different? Well, they're still kind of orange. That's okay. I think that's fine. Oh, this is the first one to do a, yeah. I kind of figured it shows only 3 episodes. Usually, I bet since Lego's already done a set, nobody's really worried about it. But usually if there's a, like the N1 Starfighter in The Mandalorian, there wasn't a ship yet, and so everyone went and tried to build their own N1 Starfighter because Lego hadn't done it yet. And I went and did the Microfighter for it, but like within a day of that ship coming out, somebody had already done a design. All right, well, thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll have a good rest of your Sunday. I'll be back Thursday doing something. Don't know yet. Maybe more, it'll be Advent season, so maybe more Horizon Advent. That was a lot of fun. Knock some of those out. Maybe work on the Thundercloud small sub, and we'll just kind of see who goes from there. So you guys take care, have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.